Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this podcast version of Sharing is Caring. Today, we wanted to show you how a Sharing is Caring live event looks like. We decided that it's better, instead of telling you, describing it, you see it yourself. How normally an event looks like is we have a topic that we decide to discuss, we go into deep conversations, we have questions for our members to discuss, and it's a very open, very non-judgmental, because it's a safe place that we created in order for us to just discover more about something in our lives, in someone else's life, with the objective to expand our consciousness, to see other people's points of view and just learn from each other and maybe accept or maybe not. The choice is ours at the end of the day. I'm Anastasia, I'm the founder of this community. We've been meeting in live events for the past 3 years, and I'm happy today to have 3 of our members who are coming regularly to Sharing is Caring. I want them to introduce themselves and tell us why are they coming to Sharing is Caring, what does this mean to them. G.
Hi everyone, I'm Gitanjali. A lot of you know me as G. I'm an NLP and hypnotherapy trainer and I coach people as well. And I've been coming to Sharing is Caring for more than 2 years now. And I come here mainly to have a good argument in a safe place. It's very stimulating and I always go smiling after the event.
Thank you. Walid.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Walid. I've been in Dubai for 20 years and I'm an entrepreneur. Sharing is Caring is a community where we grow stronger, sharing opinions, sharing ideas, perhaps also shedding light on some of the topics that we don't think of when we're sitting alone. We grow together and we develop this into a beautiful takeaway at the end of every session. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I've been coming for 2 years now continuously to develop myself and to meet beautiful people like you.
Thank you, Walid. And Ahmed.
Yes, thank you, Anastasia. This is Ahmed. I'm a pharmacist by education, and I have been in Dubai more than 10 years. And I'm lucky to be part of this community. From day one, I was part of this. And why I'm coming here? Because I believe, again, as G mentioned, it's a safe environment. We choose a topic, as Anastasia mentioned as well, and we challenge each other. We might agree, we might disagree, but without any judgment. So it's a very good and a safe place where you can present your point of view, listen to others. After the meeting, you might come with new perspective, which is really, really important. And additionally, because I'm so practical, so sometimes we come up with some actions which I implement, and I see this changes a lot of my practices in my day-to-day life.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Not just the timings that you're coming in Sharing is Caring and bringing new insights, bringing your own point of view. I see how valuable it is and how much others are learning from you. I appreciate that. And also for taking the time on a weekend to do this so we can basically show others they have a better understanding and maybe they would love to join and see how Sharing is Caring can maybe change or just improve their life.
Yes.
Today we are talking about something that we discussed before, and we really like that topic. And let's see how it's going to unfold today, maybe in a different way, because every time depends on who is in the room, something else happens, right? And that's one of the beautiful things of Sharing is Caring. So as we normally do in our events, I introduce the topic, and then we have questions prepared for everyone, and you just pick up one randomly. There's nothing scripted here. There's not a knowledge test. It's not a quiz for us to understand our knowledge. It's basically how we see things. And before I give you this, the topic is, do people really change, or do they simply reveal more of who they truly are? And why we chose this one is because we all agreed that it's something that's relatable to every human being, I believe. And think about it. Sometimes we feel like we've transformed completely. And sometimes maybe it feels like that we are just peeling off some layers. Yeah, like the onion, we have to peel to get to the middle. And today, basically, we're exploring this kind of options through the questions. Let's listen to each other deeply, as we always do. We never know what can come out. And before I go into the questions, I just want to read out to you a few of the opinions of the big philosophers of our world. For example, what was Heraclitus saying? No man ever steps in the same river twice. That was his view about basically discovering a human being. His view is that everything is in a constant flux. Yeah, everything is ever changing. Plato and Socrates believed in unchanging essence. So for them, it was more about self-examination to uncover actually what it is there since forever.
Yeah.
Aristotle saw human life as a process of actualization, meaning we're always developing towards our true potential. Then we have a modern philosophers and psychologists like Carl Jung, who was saying that the process of individuation is a life gradually basically reveals the deeper self through various experiences. So these are the few points of view. Let's see what we will discover. Would you like, before we start the questions, to say something about it? Like, how do you see it in general? Is it one or the other? Do you have an opinion yet? Do people really change, or they just simply reveal more of who they are? If you have already a strong point of view, then you can share. Yes.
I think it's not if we transform or change. It's not a metamorphosis. We do not evolve to become a butterfly. I think we just chisel away and we reveal what's hidden. This is what I think of.
So Walid is pro-revealing. Okay,
Yeah,
G?
I will go. So I think when we say, do people change? I think change can be noticed from external point of views. So people may think that you have changed, but what's happening is you are just not revealing yourself to you or others, but you are, something closer to Carl Jung's theory is you are getting close to who you really are. You are knowing yourself better. So the change happens from external point of view, and what's really happening is you are revealing yourself or discovering or exploring yourself. That's what happens, I believe.
And do you think without these external factors, we wouldn't be able to discover ourselves?
External factors, you mean experiences or other people?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, it's a means, like, when we are born and to the point we die, we have been given all our five senses to experience the world, and that's how we define life. So it's essential to have those experiences. But when I said change, it's mostly noticed from the outside point of view. And of course, yes, through life experiences, as we learn about life, we give meaning to life, we understand what's working for us, what's not working for us. So we discard the meaning and we take up the new one. So yes.
I agree with you too. Thank you.
Yes, maybe I will have a different point of view, and my point of view is that it's a combination. I believe in both. So sometimes we reveal more about what's inside us, and let's say we know each other for some time, and the deeper our relationship is, the more we know about each other. If we interact closely, if we, let's say, we travel together, we do business together, we have close interaction. So at that time, we reveal more about ourselves. So this is one side of the equation. The other side for me is changing itself. We might change, especially when we have big events in our life. This could be a real reason for us to change our perspective, change our behavior. So I believe it could be both in parallel, and it depends on the situation and which phase of our life we are in.
Interesting. See, that's why I like sharing is caring, having different opinions, and that's the beauty of it. Because it's about, to me at least, it's about accepting other people's opinion. Doesn't mean that you agree or disagree. You're just accepting. You're respecting their opinion, no matter how different it is from yours. And then don't have to convince someone about anything unless they want to change. It's up to them, right? And this is what happens many times.
One more thing about change I want to say. You have to understand what is the meaning of change itself. You cannot identify change until and unless you have a starting point. So it's a comparison. So you have to have something and then something else to then compare with each other, and then only it will be defined as change.
Right. From point A to point B.
Yeah.
If I reach point B, for sure I started from somewhere. So it is a comparison. Okay, so I have a questions as usual. You don't know what are the questions, and that's the beauty of it. And who'd like to take the first one?
I can start from my side. Okay. Let me take this.
Just one.
One.
We'll
Only
start
one.
with
Yes,
one.
yes. Okay. So I will read the question.
Yes,
okay. So do you think love has the power to change someone, or does it just bring out what's already inside them?
We start with a powerful element, which is love. A deeper one, yeah?
I believe it could be really a reason to change completely, because again, when you love someone, you want to reach a point where like you have agreement or common ground. So maybe if you have something in your personality, I'm talking, let's say, about myself, and I love someone really, I will do big effort to change, maybe change something in my behavior, in my personality. So yes, and actually we see this in real life, because when people comes in good relationship, in love, then you can see change. Let's say examples, someone who is careless in his life, when he loves someone, become more caring, and he is like, more serious about his life. Someone who is so nervous or with anger, so if he loves someone, he might be more calm and control his emotions. So I believe, yes, love, it's a true love. Yes, it could be a real reason for this person to change completely, not only to reveal more about his or herself.
Okay.
See, you're saying that a person would change when he falls in love, but if the trait is not there, then it is not change, because you have traits and you have behaviors. A person might change his behavior to get what he wants, but at the end of the day, he will reveal what is his trait. I agree that you can change. The brain is flexible, malleable, neuroplasticity is there. We all understand it and we all know about it. But I would argue to the point that you can fall in love, but you can also do things that pleases the other party just to get what you want, and then you reveal yourself.
It's a point of view, Walid, that I understand, but again, it depends on person to person, because some people are really, they have this flexibility to change. I know about the trait, and the trait change is so difficult. You are totally right in this, Walid, but still with effort and with practice, you can change. But some other people will say, this is who I am, and you have to accept me as I am. So again, here the adaptability of the person and he's willing to change makes huge difference. I might be from school A or from school B, but still I believe traits itself could be changed. But it needs, of course, big effort, especially when we grow up. It becomes more challenging and more difficult for us to change.
I like the both sides. Want to say something, or we go to the next one?
Love definitely has power, whether from outside, more so from inside. When you operate from that love, you can change. And if we talk about the conventional love, which can be in a form of companionship, that also has the ability to change you, because more amount of time you spend, people will influence you. So if you are spending life more closely and intimately, then yes, you love is able to change you. Definitely, yes.
So we act in society based on the influence of the society, hiding our true selves until we are comfortable to reveal who we are.
And we're comfortable when we love.
Yes. So it's not just necessarily influence doesn't mean negative.
I'm not saying
yeah.
it's, but we can live in a nice way within the society until we feel comfortable revealing who we truly are. And that could be either a better version of ourselves or an uglier version of ourselves.
Okay, that's another point of view altogether because you brought in society. But I'm saying in order for you to have that companionship, because it ultimately comes down to communicating what is it that you want, what is it that your partner might want, and what is it that together that you want. So yes, if you have to accommodate or live with someone and be with someone on a long-term basis, both the parties will have to change. Like I live with my cat and I have to change for her as well.
Will naturally change because we're just adapting to each other, right?
Yes, because I have to go home to feed her and, make changes to my routine and the way I live my life to co-live with her.
Exactly. So sometimes it's not about having, it's not having to. It just happens.
Correct.
Sometimes that's when we see the comparison, right? It's like after 1 year, oh, I've changed in this relationship.
Yes.
It's normal. Now you need to understand, did you change towards better or towards worse? That's something else.
Yeah.
Okay, G, take next one then. Read for us, please. And you can read twice.
Okay, I will read twice because it looks like a complex sentence. Have you ever seen someone you know well surprise you completely? I think will surprise you? No. Did you think they change or you just hadn't seen that side before? Have you ever seen someone you know well surprise you completely? Did you think they changed or you just hadn't seen that side before? I can't think of anyone else, but it has happened to me. A lot of people get surprised meeting me when I go back home. Some of the friends I haven't met for 10 years, 15 years. And when they see me today, definitely when we were growing up studying, let's say in junior college or in university, I was a different person. Like even my looks were different. Maybe the way I spoke was different. My point of views were different. My profession was different. With social media and, WhatsApp and staying in connection or contact, they might miss out on a lot of details and we've not really stayed in touch. And every time I go back and meet them and they're like, oh, you've changed so much. And I don't really feel that because I'm with myself on daily basis, right? So people,
What do you reply to them when they say it?
I really feel surprised when they say that because if I had not changed, it would have been a bigger surprise. Because after so much time has gone through, you are expected to change. Even they have changed. But I think like they did not expect that kind of change, or they see a very big positive, or I suppose positive change that they did not expect, and that's why that reaction comes. I generally don't tend to give such reactions that, oh, you have changed and I never expected you to change in this way. I would be more happy and, more willing to accept a newer version of them because we all are, that way changing. Yeah, no one really surprises me. I'm happy to embrace people's newer version. I get surprised when people get surprised to see me change. But yeah, I don't really change, but I'm also changed.
So, G, you're saying that with your last sentence, you're saying, I don't really change. So, would you consider that growth rather than change?
100%. It's development.
So, you're still the same. You've just grown into who you are now, but then you have not revealed that growth to them. And then having that gap, not seeing them, they've just realized how much you've grown.
Yes.
So you've revealed yourself.
Yeah, it's growth as I can tell you with girls, it's even the way you look. Okay.
Most definitely.
So if you've changed the way you present yourself, that's also a change. And that happens, and that is also a part of growth. or that is also part of changing point of views. So yes, it is changing and not changing at the same time. So for me, it's a very, very slow change that it doesn't feel like a change. And for them, it's like a sudden comparison from one time to the past. So it feels like a stark change.
It's a normal reaction, in my opinion, for them also to
Yeah.
just notice. Just like when we see someone with kids, I notice how I react when I see someone. Just like yesterday, I messaged a friend of mine, seeing in her stories her child, like it's 5, maybe 6 years old, and has grown so much. And I'm like, wow, your boy is so big now. Yeah. So it's a natural observation.
Yeah.
And obviously not just look wise, but then when we speak to the person, we notice that. So we are sometimes happy, obviously, for that. And maybe if something bad has changed, then maybe we don't even say it.
Yeah.
We avoid this kind of observations.
Yeah, I definitely notice those changes, but I am not so vocal about them. I'm just happy for those changes. Like, yeah, I do notice, but don't vocalize.
I do vocalize them if they're good. I compliment people. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
nice, you've done this, you've done that. Yes, things like that.
Correct.
I want to comment actually because maybe it's not about me changing, but maybe you didn't know me well, right? So this is another perspective. And I'm thinking while you are talking, guys, because in relationship, this might be a real reason of frustration or disappointment. When I look at Walid, for example, and I know him as per my expectation, I know Walid. Then after 1 year, I see change and say, Walid, you changed a lot. But he didn't change. Maybe I didn't know him properly or
You
well.
didn't see that aspect of Walid, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So always I think don't judge a book by its cover. And some people, like when they start knowing new person, easily they build perceptions and they build judgment about this person.
Yeah.
He is nice, he is, but don't be very fast in, like, putting some ideas about people. Try to spend time, because when you wait, then the frustration will be less. But when you early judge people and okay, Anastasia is 1, 2, 3, 4, and after one, then you see different like maybe things. So then you feel frustrated. So again, I believe better not to judge first of all. And if you want to build a perception, take your time.
Yeah.
Instead of building very quick perception and say people don't change, maybe you built wrong and fast perceptions.
Yeah.
I like that you brought this up. Yeah, it could be that as well.
Yeah, in the beginning, when people used to say, "Oh, you have changed," whenever I travel back home, I used to feel frustrated and a little bit angry. But now I kind of understand where they're coming from, and now I just tell them, "Hope it's a good change,"
Yes.
and make it into a joke.
I like that.
Nice.
Walid,
Yes.
especially because we are expats, we have this experience all the time when we go home, right?
So, do we believe trauma or hardship changes who we are at the core, or only how we behave? Definitely, trauma and hardship has an impact on how we behave. Trauma can form, reshape, and can be a sudden stop, either for growth or for understanding. We could build a high wall where it's too difficult to break down to reveal back who we were before that trauma.
I think traumas, in my opinions, are generating change and or revealing, or maybe they are part of a core. Maybe we can see that in that way as well. And then we need to reveal that. We need that trauma actually to get to our true self.
With hardship, I think if you want to know a man, put him under stress. And then that's when you see the reveal, the true person. Because if you put someone under hardship, and let's say with or without power, hardship can be with power, then you would see the true person. This is my opinion.
What do you think?
I believe traumas also change a lot our personalities because it gives you different perspective. So maybe you have something very close to you, but after passing into a difficult experience, maybe you lose the interest. Maybe the value of the thing is becoming less and less. So again, and maybe on my personal life, I passed through some difficult experiences. And Ahmed, before this experience, was something in his, like, how he looks to these areas, for example, and after the situation. So I believe traumas and hardness are really, really changing how we look at things, how we also pursue our life after. But again, there is something also different because, as Walid mentioned, and I agree on that, Walid, some people with trauma, they build barriers and they still, like, trapped in the trauma itself.
Yeah.
And they don't want even to reveal they passed through this difficult situation. They don't ask for support, which makes it more and more difficult. But other people, yes, they change with the trauma that they have passed through, but still they are open to stand up again and pursue and maybe ask for help. I might ask, like, safe environment, like sharing is caring, to help me. So again, here we see different people. But to answer the question, for me, trauma makes huge change in our life, especially, let's say, in relationship, in something that we feel that we are very well connected to. When we have trauma in these specific areas, then our perspective change a lot.
Yeah,
Can I share here my personal experience?
absolutely.
Yes.
I'd love to learn from you.
I think in my case, indeed, the trauma, the childhood trauma, made me who I am today. And why I'm saying that is that when I was around 7 years old or even younger, my parents, I remember clearly that scene when I wanted to go to them to say something, like any child, I don't remember, or play or something. And they were watching the news, something very normal. In the evening, watching TV news after a long day at work. And mom, dad, stay there. Shut up. We need to watch the news. So I clearly remember that incident, and that incident made me quiet, made me a shy child. I wouldn't dare to go and ask again, so I was very quiet, shy child. And that kept me in that cocoon and made me an introvert and expressing myself very little for years and years, until I realized that, okay, now I'm protecting myself so much I can't even go to networking events. I can't actually make maybe friends outside of my school only. So because of that, I went into Toastmasters. When you know me, I was not as good as now maybe. And that pushed me actually into speaking out loud, speaking more and more and developing the skills and actually now making it a profession, basically. So I think that trauma revealed maybe who I am and made me change towards this person. So yeah, and indeed, it can put a shield for a long time, but then it can also transform you. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Trauma, in my opinion, is your unconscious mind's way of inducing shock so you change.
That's why I said at the beginning, yeah, for me, it's generating actually change. Traumas generate change. So,
Definitely.
and I think it's a better point of view to look at it than to say that, oh, it's to keep you down there, to protect you. Ahmed.
So I have an interesting question, which is saying, do you think society encourages us to change or to stay the same? So I will repeat the question again. Do you think society encourages us to change or to stay the same? My point of view here, change comes from within, not from the society. So society has no influence in this. The biggest influence will be from our inner self. If we want to change, we can change, even if the society doesn't encourage us. And vice versa, if the society put pressure on us to change and we don't have the willing, we will not change.
Yeah.
So, and this is exactly what I see in life. Maybe some people, they are in a bad situations in their life. And regardless of the help that you offer to them, still they don't want to change. So I'm always saying this even to my kids, to my people working with me. We are here to help each other. But if the person doesn't want to really change and to help himself or herself, this will lead to nothing. And vice versa. If I have the willing and I have the passion to change, with very little support, I could change. So change is coming from within. Society could be maybe like catalyst for change. But again, if you don't have the inner decision to change, regardless the external factors, you will stay as you are, and vice versa.
For me, I want to say here that I think society can change us if we are weak, in the sense of we are not enough grounded in ourselves, we don't have a strong sense of self, then we are just pulled to these different directions of what society wants us to go towards. Society can change us, and I think they are changing us, and they are into the direction they want us. So it's both. For me, it's both the answer. They want us to change and they want us to stay the same, in the sense they want us to change towards whatever decisions they are taking, like governmental-wise, for example, to go with the development of a society. If, I don't know, there's some new rules about schools, then we have to. So we need to change. But at the same time, they want us to stay the same, in the sense of maybe intellectually maybe to stay the same. So we're not growing so much to go against what they want us if we don't like it. Again, if you have a very strong self, as you said, the change will happen from within. Yes. Most times.
Yeah, that's and I'd like to add something. Why I'm saying this, because like sometimes when you talk to people, some people are always blaming the external factors, the society, the people around them, and this might be a shield on our eyes not to change ourselves. So we start to blame, as we mentioned, the government, the society, people around us. People are not honest. People are not, but maybe the problem is within me, myself. So that's why let's start first from ourselves, and then we look externally. But and I struggle, to be honest, with this victim mindset. When we sit in the victim seat and we start to say that everyone is bad to us. But maybe the problem in ourselves. So we need to be careful about our perspective. And when we deal with people, even in my relationship, I always challenge this part. When I see a person start to blame external environment, I challenge this. And maybe some people don't like this about me, but I try as much as I can to be genuine and say, let's look inside, let's see what we need to change, and let's give a try. If you do this change, let's see how the society will react. Maybe the picture will be different. So, yeah.
And of course, they will not like you because you're challenging them.
Yes.
Definitely. I face the same at work. Would you like to comment?
I think I'm good.
You're good? Okay, then take next one.
Is it harder to change yourself or to accept that others have changed? Yeah, I think changing myself is harder because I am the certain way because I absolutely believe in it. So that means letting go of my beliefs, the way I think, changing my perspective. So first and foremost, identifying that, I have an area which needs a change. So that point first itself might be a little harder to see that it's very easy to look at someone and say that, oh, now let's say someone is more active on social media. Oh, this thing needs to be said well, and this can be location, and this can be the way, you dress up, and this could be the content. So it is very easy to kind of see what needs to change and what others have changed. But because we constantly are with ourselves and we don't see ourselves as often neutrally, so it is little harder to change yourself because it is a little harder to look at what really needs to change in yourself. Yeah, yeah.
In my opinion, I agree with you, and at the same time, depends on what exactly. If it's something that you really struggled to change, and it could have been very hard for you. Maybe it's a process, it's time, or it's really painful to change that thing. And it's easy to accept that someone, okay, lost weight or changed something, but when it could be we naturally change things, and it was easy, it was okay, it was a natural process. A comparison to maybe your partner who changed something, and because you got so familiar, obviously, with that ability of theirs or their quality, and then suddenly something happened and they changed, and then you can't, how can you do that now? So it could be difficult in that case to accept. So I think depends on which one is it, then we can compare, is it harder or easier?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And yet I still would stick to saying that it is harder for me to change myself.
Yeah, overall, if
Because I'm more committed to myself, right? So it's harder for me to change myself. I'm not saying I don't change, but it's harder. It is very easy to see something in front of you change and accept it versus identifying what first leads to. Because you see, it's like we see others all the time. We don't really see ourselves enough. That's what I believe. Yeah.
And maybe accepting others is also a change within us.
Yeah. I mean, everything is perception, is projection, if you look at it from a broader. But to stick to the question, I feel changing yourself is harder than accepting someone if they have changed.
Okay. Waleed, take a next one. I want to finish the questions.
Which matters more, changing into who you want to be or revealing who you've always been?
That's an important one. Say it again, please.
That's why it's gone to him.
Yes.
It is.
Say it again.
Which matters more, changing into who you want to be or revealing who you've always been? I don't think it's a challenge in this situation, because we always reveal ourselves some way or in some way or another. I personally am not in a contest to constantly reveal who I am. I accept growth. I accept new ideas. But it's not a matter of which one is important to me. It is, what is important to me is to do what is right and not what people want me to do.
What is right according to whom?
The right depends on the situation. There are givens in terms of what is right and what is wrong.
Yes, so
We don't steal because it's wrong to steal, and everybody knows that, for example. But do we agree on, hanging a thief or putting him in prison? That's a debate.
yeah. So again, looking at that, then what matters more, changing or revealing?
It would matter if there is a competition or if one is more important than the other.
Or where you're focusing on more.
Or what you're focusing on. It could be like in a certain stage of our lives, it is important to reveal who we are so we are better understood, so we can progress, so we can grow. And in other stages of our lives, it's not important to reveal who we are. It's important, for example, to live in harmony with the others, because when we change, we might create disruption of the status quo, disruption of the perception of others to us, or we could just change, we can just create disruption within ourselves. And if we change at the wrong time, or if we grow at the wrong pace, then that could create disruption within.
But I still feel like the way you are understanding reveal and the way I am understanding reveal is a little different. What he is saying that reveal means show who you are and
Show
what
who you are.
But I'm saying reveal can also mean, oh, I thought I saw myself like this, but in reality, the underlying layer is this.
Me too, I see it that
It
way.
is normal to be strangers to ourselves from the age of 15 to the age of 40. It is not normal to recognize ourselves as if we are still 15 and we are at the age of 40. We should be strangers in two different parts of our lives. There is a huge gap. Within that gap, we have grown, we have evolved.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, we go back to personality traits and behaviors. We still have our own traits. If I'm an angry person, that's my trait, but I learn how to be calm,
Yeah.
right? So that's a behavior. Now, did I change? I have not changed. My anger will reveal itself in certain situations. So it's not a matter of what is important changing into who I want to be. It's important to grow to who I want to be.
Yes, thank you. He answered.
Welcome.
When you read the question, can I see the question? What I immediately thought is why these two are different. It's like changing into who you want to be. That means I'm focusing consciously and doing things about it.
Yes.
And revealing of who you've always been, meaning, as we said, we're taking off the layers,
Yes.
we're peeling off the layers, discovering ourselves more and more. I think they can go together because somehow on an intuition level, we are going towards that true self. So I am thinking about this and I'm setting some kind of goals and objectives to reach who I want to be. And actually, automatically, I'm also revealing myself because I am who I am and I'm somehow going towards that.
If change would require you to change your integrity, would you do it?
Are you more than your integrity?
I am my integrity.
You are your integrity, or are you more than your integrity?
Integrity is part of me. Integrity
Exactly.
is something that forms me.
So,
But that's why I don't believe one is more important than the other.
me neither. I don't think it's more of an important. I think it could be the same. It just two pops
the
could
way
go
you
into one.
described it earlier, changing into what you want to be is a conscious choice.
Yes.
And as you also described, reveal yourself as an angry person is an unconscious process. So anything, if you reveal consciously, then that becomes more important. So as long as you do any of this consciously,
It's more important.
it's more important.
I'd like to add some perspective here. Maybe it's not to answer the question itself, but I'm thinking while you are talking, guys, in relationship, it's very important and ethical to reveal ourselves. Because what happens, let's say we have relationship and then we spend some time, then let's say it's a marriage relationship, and then people see what was not visible for them earlier.
Who you really are.
Yeah, exactly. So I believe it's part of the ethics and good manner to reveal our weaknesses, because like it's a very frustrating when like we go deep in the relationship and then wow, I didn't know that about you and you never tell me about it. So this is something I believe it's part of the ethical way, and also it builds sustainable relationship. This is one thing, and another thing, to be honest with you also, when we say to change ourselves, we don't want to be very hard and very harsh on ourselves. We have to admit that every one of us has his own weaknesses, and to accept our vulnerability, which is so normal. And we don't want to change completely. It's not like we are not machines, right? So again, you can choose something which is your weakness point and try to improve. 10% change is good, 20% change is good. But sometimes we put change and we want to go into dream scenarios.
All
and,
or nothing.
Yeah, but it
no
doesn't,
steps.
and it doesn't like, fly. And as well, it causes us, even ourselves, to be disappointed and not, maybe we're stuck in the same box because, okay, I want to reach to this ideal scenario, but I cannot, so I will stay as I am. But better in this case to do the baby steps, 10%, 5%, and by time you can go. So 2 points from my side. Firstly, when it's a relationship, we need to reveal, to be transparent with our people who are dealing with us. Secondly, when we say change, we don't mean complete transformation. Maybe smaller changes, and to accept our weaknesses, accept our vulnerability.
I agree with you on both, and I think here we clearly understood that revealing for the gentleman is something, and for us is something different. So revealing not what we already have and we're showing it to others, but it's actually discovering something that we didn't even know about ourselves.
Correct.
Because we are growing and we are changing, and there are some things that are like, wow, I can do this and I didn't even know, or I see myself as totally different. This is what revealing is to me.
Or for example, when I started coaching, then I realized, or when I started my business, I wasn't as busy as I used to be in a 9-to-5 job. So it got revealed to myself that what was my definition of being productive, something like that. So then I realized my sense of productivity was associated with how many hours I'm putting in. Then I had to revisit it and change it to a new mindset when I become a business owner. So things like those that are there, you run by them, are default, but you are not aware because, again,
This
there
is
are
what I think
Is it
revealing.
a reveal or a discovery?
It is
both.
it is reveal according to me.
I really want to finish this before we complete the session.
All right.
So just
Quick.
your own opinion.
And somehow relationships are on Ahmed's minds today.
No, I'm thinking from different angles, yes.
I think G answered this question already. When someone says you've changed, do you think is a compliment or a criticism?
What do you think?
It depends on the tone, how they say it. If they say it in a complimentary way, I would take it as a nice thing. I would receive it. I would acknowledge it. If they say it as a criticism, that triggers in me, why am I being criticized? Perhaps is it ignorance from the other party, or is it I have not showed enough of change?
I like that. Okay, then take another one. So I have 2 for you.
Do you believe life experiences shapes us into someone new, or simply peel away what was already there? I think life experiences forces us to chisel away the wall that we have built. When we are kids, we don't have walls, we don't have boundaries. We speak the truth, we speak honesty, we act without thinking of the consequences. As we grow, we start building these walls up. When we reach a certain age, we have to determine whether this wall becomes our face or whether we break it down and we peel, we reveal who we truly are at the core. If we are lovers, if we are compassionate human beings, if we are angry human beings, if we are murderers, at a certain point we reach in our life, we have to break down that wall, or we die in denials.
Or the world becomes bigger, unfortunately, sometimes. Thank you, Walid.
Okay, I'll choose this.
And this is for later.
Okay, so which is more powerful in shaping us, our choices or our core personality?
Our choices or?
Our core personality. Okay.
Which is more powerful, you said, yeah?
Yes, our choices or our core personalities. So I think both are connected to each other because still Still, I believe.
I think so too.
Yeah. Again, because our choices has consequences, and these consequences might lead to change, right? So maybe in life, in a job, when you choose a job, when you choose to pursue a study, you pursue to do something major in your life. So it comes with consequences, and these consequences might be back to the first question when we say life experience, like what Walid was talking about right now. Is it changing us or not? Still, I have the belief it might change us. So our choices might be connected to our personalities, and it might cause a change. And the point that I always remind myself, when I make any choice or I make any decision, I should be accountable. I shouldn't be frustrated that, oh, all this happened. I did this, so I should be responsible for what I did and to accept the consequences. And these consequences might change my personality later on. So that's why both of them, I see they are complementing with each other.
Accept, learn, try again.
Exactly.
Or
exactly.
move forward.
Yes, or move forward.
I
But
think
yeah.
our choices will definitely be pushed by our personality, determined by our personality. But in case the choice is totally different from our personality, then maybe that change, that consequence will shape us maybe into different personality.
Yeah.
Who knows? Depends how strong is that choice. Yes.
Yeah.
Last one.
Last one for you.
Do you think our true self is fixed, or is it something that keeps evolving over time?
Read that again.
Do you think our true self is fixed, or is it something that keeps evolving over time? If you talk about true self, what is true self? If it is the love and light that we brought in when we entered our mother's womb, then we remain the same. Because that's the true essence, love and light. In that way, we all remain the same. And as we take up this life, we take up the body, the experiences, the people, and all of that happens to us, that evolves. But at the end of it, that's why I asked you, is it you or are you more than that? We all are more than anything that we think we are. So in that bigger sense, true self is fixed.
It's
But
just a
in-
cover
Yes.
that changes.
Yeah, including the body, the identity, the name, the profession, the color of skin or where you live. All of this is not really true self. It adds to who you are. It matters. But at the end of the day, what true self is, we don't even know what that true self is.
We can't comprehend it with
Yeah,
the mind
like
that
with
we have
the-
right now.
Like if you go to spiritual or religious side, there might be something, or from scientific point of view, there might be something. So let's not get into those details, but true self remains the same, whatever that unknown aspect of human life. And everything else evolves over time.
I think he wants to say something
No,
different.
I'm happy she finally agreed with me. We came to the same. We came to the same. As I said in the beginning, we reveal ourselves. We're fixed, and we came to that conclusion at the end. Thank you, G.
So thank you, Anastasia, because she brings these questions in a way that we all end up agreeing. We think that we are not, but we end up agreeing.
Because it's both, we're all the same and we're all different.
Yes.
The core is the same, in my opinion, and whatever aspects that we are packaged around, we are covered around, they are so different.
Yes.
And as you said, I totally agree, we can't even understand how bigger we are than what we see, and we can put even into words maybe, maybe we don't have yet the vocabulary for that, or our mind doesn't allow yet to see, to clearly understand who we really are at the core.
Yes.
But at the same time, we are different, and actually I love that about us, and the fact that we are gathering every time and talking about this, which we normally don't do with our friends, maybe, or maybe we do, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your insights all the time, and I hope our audience enjoyed and would love to join us in a live event, because this was just a 1 hour short version of how actually sharing is caring is. Normally we also have some activities, we have maybe some debates, very healthy debates, non-judgmental, because at the end of the day is more about discovering about ourselves, about others, and accepting and just seeing the other points of view, not being stuck in that frame that we only have. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate your time, and we'll see you in the next live sharing.
And if you come more regularly, you will have your favorite debate partner as well.
I totally agree. Thank you so much.
Thank
Chris.
you. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you.